Okay, it's a really simple question. Have men become too feminine? In particular, have American men become too feminine? Hi, I'm Scoot. I know something about this topic. I welcome you to the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. If you have not yet subscribed, I hope you will become a subscriber to our channel. And it's free. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It is free. And we will give you a notice every time we post something live. So thank you for being with us here. So it's 2022. Have American men become too feminine? Actor Sean Penn is being bashed by actress Thandiwe Newton. She was in Westworld, other movies as well. She says that Sean Payton is wrong. Sean Payton is Sean Payton. Sean Penn. I'm so used to saying I'm on the air on WWL New Orleans. Sean Payton's been in the news a lot, so it's really easy to just say Sean Payton. Sean Penn. Sean Penn says that the cowardly genes are to blame for what he sees as less masculinity in American culture. And he says that men have become too feminine. He says it is fashionable to be feminine. And Thandiwe Newton says to Sean Penn, I'll get this right, says to Sean Penn, dude, what are you saying? Like for real? You're a gibbering fool. MF, you used to be sexy. Now you're just tragic. But it does raise an interesting question. Is Sean Penn right? Have we lost masculinity in America? I don't think so. I think American men are comfortable embracing their feminine side. Well, I guess some people don't know, but every man has a feminine side. Every woman has a masculine side. It's more pronounced in some people than in others. When I was 35 years old, I read two books. This would have been in the mid 80s. One of the books was a study of, it's Understanding Masculine Psychology by Robert A. Johnson. He also wrote the book She, Understanding Feminine Psychology. These two books changed my life. I was taught to be macho by the generation before me. That didn't work for me. I couldn't meet girls. I wasn't comfortable. Macho did not work for me. And by the way, let's clear something up. You can be a man in touch with your feminine side, and you're not gay. There's only one thing that makes you gay, and that is a physical attraction to the same sex. Well, guess what? I don't have that. So what I wear, my style, the fact that I love shopping for shoes, I love shoes. I like to decorate my apartment. You can see in the background, I got a few decorations. I like to decorate my apartment. I enjoy going to Bed Bath & Beyond. None of this makes me gay. It's who I am. It's who I learned to be reading these books, He and She. I learned that I have a feminine side, and I can embrace it. My life totally changed. And I don't give a shit if people think I'm gay. I mean, it's really kind of funny at this point. But there are people throughout my career who thought, you're gay. I did a whole video on the YouTube channel here about gay or not. I'm not gay. I'm very rebellious on the air. If I were gay, I would tell you, and I would be gay on the air. There's nothing about me on the air that makes anybody think that I would hide it. But, let's give ourselves permission to be men and have a feminine side. Likewise, women have a masculine side. Laura Ingram, Fox News Channel, This is not criticism of her politics. That's a woman that obviously has a masculine side. Greta Van Susteren, masculine side. So men and women have feminine and masculine sides. Sometimes it is the macho man who is overly macho because he's compensating for this feminine side that he feels that he doesn't want to be in touch with that feminine side. So he overcompensates by being super macho. There are a lot of definitions for real men, but before we get to that, let's go back to the 70s. There was a rock artist, a heavy rock artist. He was idolized by men and women. He wore a flowery print shirt with it was a kind of a small mock shirt, no t-shirt, low riding hip hugger bell bottom jeans. And he pranced on stage and he just danced and pranced. He was extremely feminine. That artist, huge in the 70s, was Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin. Think of Mick Jagger's gestures on stage. Think of his prancing. He's very effeminate. Steven Tyler, what's with the scarves, dude? He's got a feminine side. David Bowie, I mean, I guess that's a little different because David Bowie was obviously bisexual. David Bowie was very feminine. Androgynous men in the 70s and 80s were really popular, especially in the 80s with the glam Brit rock music. Guys wore eyeliner. They called it guy liner. Guys wore mascara. Robert Smith of The Cure, he was all mascaraed, eyelinered out. Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day had like the raccoon eyes, kind of like Avril Lavigne. None of this makes you gay. It just means you're in touch with your feminine side. I said that I love shopping for shoes. Look at some of the shoes that I've purchased recently. These are Steve Madden's. And I bought these. These are a good luck charm for the Saints. In fact, the Saints won the game when I was wearing these shoes. But unfortunately, the 49ers beat the Rams, so the Saints didn't go to the playoffs. But I love these shoes. I get tremendous compliments on these shoes. These are a pair of shoes from Zara, men's and women clothing store. I picked up these at the Nike employee store in Portland. We got a great Nike employee store in Portland. I also picked up these. Yeah, men's shoes. These are my shoes. I get compliments on these shoes. I love wearing them. I feel very comfortable wearing these shoes. Another pair of Steve Madden. Another pair of Steve Madden. And, one of my favorites, these white Docs. Does any of this make me gay? No. It means I'm not a cowboy boot kind of guy. I mean, back in the 80s, I wore cock rock jeans, tight jeans with cowboy boots. A different time. I have never been afraid since I read these books. Never been afraid of being who I am. And it worked for me. I learned how to meet girls. I learned how to meet women, just being myself. And think of the women who love the femme rockers, the effeminate rockers that I mentioned. And there's so many more. I mean, my God, look through the 80s. There were so many effeminate rockers. So what it means to be a man, what it means to be masculine, I think, is first of all, number one, the courage to embrace your feminine side. If you have a feminine side and you're a man and you embrace it openly, that takes courage. That's the definition of a man. Men also are secure enough to not feel like they have to dominate physically and emotionally women. They're secure with who they are. men understand, a lot of men understand that there's no women's work or men's work. If you're in a couple, if you're in a situation with a couple, if you're a couple, everybody can share. It doesn't mean that women aren't better at some things than men. I've done the cooking in relationships. I don't mind. Doesn't make me gay. It doesn't make me anything except, who I am. And I love the Seinfeld episode where they deal with the rumors that Jerry's gay, Jerry and George. And Kramer goes, "Jerry, look at you. You're neat, you're clean, you're single. Of course, people think you're gay." Well, if being neat and clean and single, or if just being neat and clean, if being interested in decorating, in liking a nice place, if having a sense of style, clothing wise, and as far as decorative items are concerned, that is maybe a feminine side, but none of that makes you gay. So if you're a woman, I hope you're in touch with your masculine side. If you're a man, I hope you're in touch with your feminine side. And I hope you have the courage to be who you are. And in all of us, we hear a voice inside of us telling us who we are. Everybody hears the voice, but not everybody has the courage to follow the voice. Be who you are. Feminine male, masculine female, it doesn't matter. And if you're a man that doesn't have a real feminine side, that's okay. I mean, you've got a feminine side. It might not be very pronounced, but just be yourself and don't be judging people because of the clothes they wear or their style. I mean, that's just total stupidity. I'm Scoot. Thank you for joining me here on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. Again, I hope you become a subscriber. It's free and we'll give you a notice every time we post something. And always join me on my radio show on WWL in New Orleans, 870 AM, 1053 FM, or you can go to our website, WWL.com, and stream the show. I'm on the air live Monday through Friday from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. You can also download the app Odyssey, Audacy, and type in WWL.